in Python. Now we will look into storing of values inside a variables. How we can store a value into a variable. A variable is like a box in the computer's memory where you can store a single value. If you need to use variables later, then the result must be stored in a variable. Assignment statement. So here, when I wanted to store any value into a variable, I must store with help of assignment operator. So you can see this example, spam is equals to 42. Now the spam is a variable where I will store the value called 42 inside spam variable. So for doing this, we'll be getting utilized with assignment operator, that is your equal operator. So spam is equals to 42. This particular statement will indicate 42 value will be stored in spam variable. You can say this, we have taken here a spam is nothing but a box, or we can say it's stored in a computer memory. So in that box, we will be stored with a value called 42. Overwriting the variable. A variable is initialized or created first time a value is stored in it. After that, you can use it in expressions with other variables and values. When a variable is assigned a new value, the old value will be forgotten. That means once I have already stored with one value, if I say now in the last one example, spam is equals to 42, I have saved that the value inside the spam variable called the value called 42. So now I try to do with one more updation to the same variable spam. So now spam is equals to 40. So now if I try to get a value which is stored in the spam, it is going to display with the value 40. So why 40? Because the 42 which has already been stored in the spam will be get deleted, or it has been replaced with a value called 40. So it means that the older value whatever there in the variable it will be forgotten. So new value will be replaced with the old value. So the same thing will be get displayed as a result of the value stored in a particular variable. You can say here, I have taken one more variable called x. Okay, it has been stored with the value 2. And what I'm doing is I'm performing spam plus x. That means I'm going to do addition between the two variables. That means spam and x. So now spam contains 40, as we can see the before statement. Plus what I'm doing, I'm taking a value which is present in a x. So these two if I'm added, I'll get a value, it is 42. Again you can see I've taken one more time the spam, so it has been added again with the 40, so it will be getting the value 82. So the same way, so if I wanted to update anything into a same variable, so after doing some expression evaluation, so the value whichever it is there in the already which is present in a variable will be get replaced with a newer value. So that is what overwriting the variable. That means the older value will be overwritten by the newer value. Example. So one more example we have taken here. You can see spam contains a string called hello. Okay. So now when I try to display value present in a spam, it is going to display with a hello. So if I do again overwritten, so I'm replacing with a value hello with a goodbye. So now the goodbye will get replaced with a value which is already present in a spam. So now if I try to display value, what it is present in a spam is displays a value with a goodbye. So the older value will be forgotten and the newer value will be displayed. So now when I wanted to declare any variable, so what are the things we have to take into consideration? See, we can name a variable anything as long as it is obeys the following three rules. One is that it can be only one word, as we all know this, it should be in one word. Then it can only use the letters, numbers, and underscores. So you can use letters, you can use numbers, you can use underscores. Okay, it can't be begin with a number. So in this Python, whenever we are declaring any variable, so it should contain either the number or the letters, or you can have a underscore symbol. Okay, but it should be completely one word, and it cannot be begin with a number. It has to be always begin with either underscore or by the let. So these three conditions we should take it whenever we are declaring a variable, and there should not be any spaces between. Like if I say hello world, so now I wanted to make it as a variable, means hello world, I can use underscore and I can write hello world, but I cannot give a space hello space world, I should not write. So it should be one single word. You can see valid and invalid examples of variable names. So balance, it is invalid, and invalid, you can see current minus they have used. They've used a symbol or operator here is minus. It is not underscore. So this gives you an invalid variable. Again, current balance. They've taken all two different words together. So here, but they've given a space. That's what I told you. You should not give any space in between two words. And you can have the same two words can be written down by using underscore, but it should not be. And even the variable must not start with a number. Okay, so these are the several valid and invalid examples of variables we have it. Okay, the variable names are case sensitive, meaning that spam. Okay, so this we need to know. See, variable names, even though they have a same letters present, but it is case sensitive. So spam, which is written down in a smaller letters, that means in a lowercase letters, it is different from the same variable which has been written in uppercase. So SPAM, if it is written in lowercase, is different from SPAM, which is written down in a uppercase. Okay, and so here we'll be having like this. Okay, you can use your underscores also to define your variable. Okay, so we have some first program here. So now in the when I wanted to write like a commands, I can use directly in an interactive environment, interactive shell. But when I wanted to make it as a set of code to be run at once, that means as a program, I should make it in a new copy. You can see there a file editor is similar to a text editor or a notepad. Okay, so now the interactive shell window will always be one with have a command prompt. Okay, so the editor window will not have a command prompt, but it will be treated the same as it is as a notepad. There you can type your program and you can save with .py. Okay, so how the example will be, you can see now here we've taken the entire program. Okay, so what it is there, print hello world, print what is your name. Okay, and now in the Python, main thing we need to understand is whenever we are wanting to write a comment line. Okay, comment line, as it is different from other programming languages, here we have to use with hash. The hash symbol will tell you the if any line is started with a hash, it is understood that it is a comment line. Okay, so now see, now I have written down several lines of code in notepad and I'll be executing this at once. Okay, so here we don't have any command prompt. Okay, here we have taken a new file and then we have typed all the set of code and we are run it, okay, by using your Python interpreter. So the output will be like this. So in the next uh, session, we'll just look into how this exactly can be run. Okay, so by this I'll be ending out with this particular session. Thank you.